Welcome to Regen Rovers Recap, where I will be reviewing Season 10 of the series, and what a season it was! I still can't quite believe we've done this. We've been promoted 2 seasons in a row, and next season we're going to be playing in the English Championship, the second tier of English football, and it was comfortable. We won League One at Akanta, 16 points clear of Bolton Wanderers, 20 points clear of the playoff zone. Unbelievable scenes. But before we get into today's video, I thought I'd start off by having the Goal of the Season award at the start of the video rather than the end, because I've had very few votes on the last couple of Goal of the Season awards, and I think it's because it's at the end of the video and people have clicked away. So, sit back, enjoy the goals, vote in the description below, via the link in the description below, for your favourite goal from this magnificent season. Lovely stuff, eh? So let's have a look at this table in a bit more detail. We won the most games. We drew a lot of games as well, to be fair. And we lost the least. Only 4 defeats all season. Unbelievable stuff. Goals-wise, top goal scorers in the league with 81 goals. And defensively, not too bad at all. We had the 5th best defence in League One. And you'll notice here, Mark Ball, top goal scorer again. This time in League One. Last year it was League Two, of course. Ryan Curtis, second top goal scorer with 21 goals. Mark Ball, good average rating as well. Joint highest number of Man of the Match awards. But David Okoro, club legend, pulled off 22 clean sheets this season with the help of our defence, of course. But what a legend he is. 26 in all competitions. That is a club record. So he's broken the League One record. He's broken his own club record with the number of clean sheets this season. Now, there will be also a link in the description below to the Twitter Player of the Season award. I probably have done the 2 semi-finals by now, but you can vote on the final four, via that link. It really was a special season, and it wasn't just all about the league this year. We had 2 phenomenal cup runs. Firstly, in the League Cup, we managed to get through to the quarter-final after beating Aston Villa and Man United. Where's the Aston Villa game there? 2-1 winning against Aston Villa. We beat Manchester United, top of the Premier League at the time, on penalties. Unfortunately, we then faced a very strong Preston North End team, second in the Championship at the time we played them, and we're a yo-yo team between the Premier League and Championship, and they also put out their strongest team, unlike Man United and Aston Villa, so we did crash out 4-2. But we also had a great journey in the FA Cup to the 5th round. Aston Villa got revenge against us and thrashed us 5-0. They put out their strongest Premier League 11 at that point. But it meant that financially, the club was in a very good position. As you can see, we've got plenty of money in the bank right now, thanks to those cup runs primarily. And it's allowed us to improve the youth facilities and the training facilities, both due to be completed on the 27th of September. Now, they'll probably both be still terrible facilities, so we will keep spending money on that. And getting promoted to the Championship, there's going to be more TV money, there's going to be more gate receipts, there's just going to be more money involved, prize money as well. So hopefully financially going forwards, we should be okay. We do have a small stadium, yes. 6,500 stadium, but you'll notice we are pulling in bigger crowds. And actually, the last game of the season against Bristol City was our club record competitive attendance. We filled it out completely. 6,550 people turned up, and there was only 327 away fans. So we completely filled it up with mainly our fans. And I'm hoping next season in the Championship that will be a regular occurrence. We might need to try and increase the stadium capacity. We're still paying off debt for all the other stadium stuff we've had to do over the years. I don't think the Championship has a limit in terms of attendance. I think it's the Premier League where you have to build 12,500 seater stadium. If we do ever go up to the Premier League, we're going to have to spend a lot of money on that, either increasing the stadium or building a new one. Shall we have a look at the awards, or shall we have a look at the players first? I'll go through the statistics first. Let's get that out of the way. So, David Okoro, most appearances. He is the all-time appearance holder for the club. It is quite remarkable what he has done over the years for this club, and he won't be due a testimonial this summer, but I think next summer he'll have spent 10 years at the club. I have played ahead a bit, which I'll show you the playoffs and all that jazz in a second, hoping that we'd get sort of a testimonial for one of our players in the summer. But I don't think, although Morgan Fawkes, Ray Rigg, are they the two? Yeah, they're the two that have been here for 10 seasons, and Sean Walker. I don't know if they might have had to play every season, or they haven't played enough football every season to be due a testimonial, maybe. Not entirely sure what the criteria is for a testimonial. I always thought it was 10 seasons at a club, but maybe you need to play a certain number of games, or a certain number of games every season, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. But one day, David Okoro will have a testimonial. He deserves it, doesn't he? And I think he deserves to be first choice goalkeeper. I won't talk about too much about how we're going to improve the team in the summer, because I'm going to do a revelations video. In the second half of that revelations video, I will analyse the player performance, see how they've progressed over the years, and also decide on whether we need to improve on certain positions as well. So that'll be in the revelations video. But yeah, he has been magnificent. Mark Ball as well, 58 appearances from the striker. He scored the most goals, 37 goals in 58 games in all competitions. Ryan Curtis, although he had a bit of a bad injury at one point, he managed to get 30 goals this season. 2 players getting 30 goals in one season. Is that the first time we've done that? I feel like that might be the case. What an incredible season from our 2 strikers. There's a long drop off. It really is about those 2. They're unbelievable. Grant Hunt third with 8 goals. Assist wise, Mark Ball top as well. Wayne Burns with 10. John Patanama 8. Didn't play particularly well for the majority of the season, just had one very good spell. And then Curtis and Asidi with 7 each. Man of the match wise, this is wrong. Agu's picked up 13, but that's from the under-23s. I'm not sure it's... But let's put the under-23s in here. Yeah, Mark Ball is top down. That's strange. It doesn't usually... I'm not really sure why it's done that. Average rating-wise, Mark Ball and Ryan Curtis leading the way. Ignore Andrew Rayner. He was out on loan. Joey Curry, third, though. And then Toby Brazil. I mean, Morgan Fawkes did actually make a couple appearances this season. Ray Rigg with 3. Sean Moore actually appeared 6 times. So these players are still appearing every now and then. They're on those non-contracts. They've refused to leave the club. They're loyal. I love that. Let's move on to the awards then. So, wow, Mark Ball, 48% of the vote. Not quite as high as last year. Ryan Curtis was sensational as well. And going into that last game of the season, I was really thinking Ryan Curtis maybe should be player of the season. But Mark Ball turned it on the last day, and I think he's convinced me that he is the number 1 player at the club. Scoring so many goals. What a striker. Samuel Orsini, club icon, finishing 3rd. He's featured on this a few times, and if we have a look at the icons list, he is still an icon, along with our old captain Marcus Higgins, who hasn't managed to find a club. Mark Ball's on there. I'm still a legend. Agu and Alec McCann still favoured personnel. Wouldn't be surprised if McCann eventually drops off that. You do tend to see the favoured personnel just drop off over the years. We're a 2-star reputation regional team now. We're moving up, which is good. Signing of the season, Joey Curry. And Ryan Curtis, young player of the season. We'll have a look at goal of the season in a second, according to the game. But of course, you'll have voted for your favourite already. Best 11 then. So best 11 for this year was this. I don't think there's any massive surprises. Apart from Burrows being there, who of course left the club. He's actually signed for Coventry United. But he only made 19 appearances, but featured in the best team. It's because we've played, I guess Orsini has always played left back, apart from maybe last season. This year he's played a few games at right back, and it doesn't seem to want to put him there. But it could have put Whitehead there, our new signing, although he dropped off towards the end of the season. No massive surprises in that. But I've already looked at this. The overall best 11 is just so random. Every year it just seems to throw in some random players. For example, Lucas Long is already in the best 11, having only made 80 appearances. That doesn't quite make sense, I don't think. Same with Rob Halliday being at left back. Orsini should be left back. I think Hancock should probably be right back. I might do a Revelations video where I tell you my best 11 Regen Rovers players so far. But perhaps further down the line, maybe the end of next season, we'll see. Of course, Okora in goal. But then up front, we've got Mark Ball, which is fair enough. He's got 97 goals in 154 games for the club. Elliot Averson up there, which is strange. And Morgan Fawkes. Like, why is he there when Agu should be there, really? It doesn't make sense. Same with Ken Norman being central midfield. This is just weird. I don't really understand what has happened here. It's kind of broken. Let's have a look at Mark Ball's goal of the season according to the game. It was against Colchester United. And it's always in slow motion, isn't it, for this, for some reason. Oh, yeah, it was a fabulous strike. Right into the corner from quite far out, probably 25 yards. Great strike. Season review. You can pause the video and have a look at that if you're interested. Oh, the Regen Rovers side of 2021. Where are they now? It's a class of 2021. This was the best 11 back then. That was Josh Mann. Constantino in there. Jason McGee's playing for Tooting and Mitcham. Raphael Godwin's found a club. He's playing for Peterborough Northern Star. Sorry, he's good. I mean, he was a decent player for us over the years. In fact, I will take a look at the all-time most appearances spreadsheet in a second. I will show you. But Godwin is actually 8th on that list. Marcus Higgins, Max Keane, he retired. Constantino retired. Paul McCann hasn't found a club. He's not retired yet, though. Josh Mann retired. Sam Topless, guess he retired, yeah. Tom Blankley, remember him? He retired. Callum Courtney, we saw him retire. But yeah, Marcus Higgins, Paul McCann, nice. It would be nice to see if they can find some clubs. That would be lovely. Oh, the squad dynamics. I always forget to show this in the regular episodes, but here we go. This is the current squad dynamics. So Okoro, club captain, of course. Mark Ball is vice captain these days, so he's up there with the team leaders. And Samuel Orsini is an important player in the dressing room. I think he's kind of been an unsung hero. Like, no one really in the comment section talks about Orsini, but he's made a hell of a lot of appearances. He's been fairly consistent over the season. I mean, his average rating for League One, considering he started with us in the Southern Premier South, and he's travelled up with us to League One, and every year Apart from last season, he's got over a 6.9 average rating. Last year, he was playing at right back, actually. Strangely, probably played most games at right back. In the year, he got the lowest average rating. But every year, he has picked up assists. He's been important at the back for us. He's filled in when required in different positions if need be. He's played right wing at times this season because we've only had Wayne Burns on the right. So yeah, he is, in my eyes, a club legend, not just an icon. He's a club legend because he has been so important. He's travelled all the way up the leagues with us, so it's very impressive what he's done. We've got loads of highly influential players, a couple of influential players, and then obviously the others. Let's look at the social groups. Now, Whitehead, our new signing, all by himself at the moment in the cafeteria. We've got Owusu and Joey Curry that formed a secondary group, but everyone else is in one core social group. Let's just have a quick look at the player spreadsheet then. So I will obviously update the player list over time, all the players that leave in the summer and all the players that sign in the summer as well. But if we look at the most appearances, we've now had 20. I think this is up to date. I don't think I've missed anyone off. You may be thinking, oh, where's Ryan Curtis? He's actually only made 97 appearances, so he's not quite into this list yet. Anyone that's made 100 appearances for the club is on the list. We've had 22 players now make over 100 appearances for the club. So that's kind of like 2 and a bit seasons of first team football for the club. Okoro leading the way. He's 100 ahead of Perry Miles, who's now our second highest appearance maker. Of course, he's one of our own. Came through the academy. The only player really to come through the academy and hold his own in the first team. We've then got the legend Agu. Assini, now over 300 appearances for the club. Sean Walker's almost got to 300. If he appears in the Hampshire Senior Cup next season, he might get to 300. Matthew Averson's probably going to leave the club in the summer, but he's up there. Mark Ball's now on the list, 154 appearances for the club. Some legends here. Toby Brazil's moved into the list in the last season. Top goal scorers then. Agu is still top. He's 20 ahead of Mark Ball. So, if Mark Ball can adapt to Championship life, then he could quite conceivably overtake Agu next season. If we were still in League One, I would say definitely. He'd definitely overtake Agu. But it all depends on whether he can step up to the Championship and score goals. So we'll find out, won't we? Paul McCann and Alec McCann, the next two. Ryan Curtis has moved up to 8th after his very impressive season this year. 51 goals in 2 seasons for the club now. And David Okoro, a goalkeeper, 9th place. I know he's made so many appearances, but a goalkeeper to have scored even 1 goal is impressive. I know all of them are from the penalty spot, but he is still our best penalty taker to this day. Unbelievable. Maybe next year it will be different. Perhaps we'll sign a couple players on loan that are real quality players, and one of them might happen to have better penalties. But for David Okoro to have scored 42 goals for the club heading into the Championship is truly astonishing. Let's just have a look at the club as a whole then. These are all the competitions we've managed to win. The League One obviously hasn't been added yet. So if we look at this, League One will be added there soon. Almost 10 years at the club for me. Almost. Records then. So our record attendance has been absolutely smashed this season. Average attendance has also more than doubled in League One. Very impressive. Highest gate receipts of massive. That FA Cup 4th round game against Ipswich Town. Agu still got 99 goals in the league for the club. Most league goals by a player. Still, Ugachukwu Agu, he's desperate for one. If he could score one in the Championship, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? So Mark Ball has smashed the record of most overall goals by a player in one season. He's now got 37. That's the record. He's beat his previous record that he held with Alec McCann. Most league appearances, David Okoro is very close to 400 league appearances for the club. Of course, he's made 54 cup appearances for the club. Most league goals by a player in one season. Mark Ball didn't manage to beat last year's record. Surely we're going to beat the highest transfer fee paid in the summer. We're going to have to spend some money, bring in some good players. Highest average rating is still Marcus Higgins from the 2022-23 season. That is a very impressive average rating, isn't it? Let's have a look at some of the League One player stats then. David Okoro leading the way. Number of games won. Man of the matches. Mark Ball up there. There's the goals. Average minutes per goal. Mark Ball second best in the league. Shots on target. Mark Ball the highest. Shots on target percentage. He's down in 9th place though. The conversion rate 5th best. There's the penalties. Okoro scoring 3 out of 3 penalties in the league this season. Assists, Wayne Burns and Mark Ball up there with 9. Key passes, Toby Brazil 7th. So he's an important player in the middle for us. Chances created, Mark Ball at the top. So these 3 players created plenty of chances. Maybe we should have been better in front of goal at times. Pass completion, we're never going to be on there, are we? I don't think we're on cross completion either. Dribbles per game. Nope, that's just not our style. We don't pass, we don't cross, we don't dribble. We just smash it up there and hope for the best. Hope that Mark Ball and Ryan Curtis can create something. Funny really, isn't it? Clean sheets, David Okoro leading the way. What a legend. He also made the joint second highest number of saves held and saves parried, the most in the league. So, I'm going to play forwards a little bit and I'll show you the playoffs and that sort of thing. So Walsall absolutely hammered Bristol City 5-1 in the playoff final. That's a bit of a shock, isn't it? Where did they must have finished towards the bottom of the playoffs. 5th in the playoffs. Well, it was very tight actually, to be fair. Only 3 points separating 3rd from 6th. So Chesterfield don't travel up with us. I have been mentioning in the last couple of episodes that Chesterfield have travelled along up the leagues with us, but failed to get promoted this season. Premier League then. Man United did go on to win the league title. West Brom, Fulham and Leeds United relegated. So we're going to take on those 3 teams next season. Leeds, that's a big one, isn't it? Big stadium to go to. The Championship, the playoff final hasn't quite been played yet. Let me just go forwards another day maybe. There we go. Cardiff beat Stoke in the playoff final. So Middlesbrough, Sheffield United and Cardiff go up. Portsmouth, MK Dons and Barnsley go down, so we're not going to be playing them next season, but these are the teams we're going to be facing. Preston, we'll want to get revenge against them. Stoke, Swansea, Palace, big team. Blackburn, Reading, Hull City, Birmingham, Watford, obviously a top half Premier League team in real life. Forest, Sunderland, Brentford, Norwich, Bristol Rovers, and that Bristol City didn't get promoted. Sheffield Wednesday, QPR, Luton and Derby. So what do you reckon then, guys? You can't really base predictions on these teams, basically, because it's a different universe. Obviously, Watford are in the Championship, but they're a mid-table Championship club now, aren't they? You can't go by how they are in real life right now. So it could be a complete surprise. We'll obviously be predicted to finish bottom of the table. League 2, York City champions, Wigan, Rochdale, and it's going to be Port Vale or Salford going up. Carlisle and Scunthorpe relegated. National League, won by Burton. Boreham Wood going up as well. Now, I will be in the Revelations video that I've mentioned already. The first half, I'm going to look at the Regen Rovers universe. We're going to look at the World Cup. We'll look at Ballon d'Or. We'll look at the leagues around Europe, various things like that. So if you're interested in that, then check that video out. National League North, Stockport and Hartlepool went up, and National League South, Wycombe and Bromley went up. We won't look at all the regional leagues. FA Cup won by Liverpool, and then they beat Aston Villa, who we lost against. Ryan Curtis, top goal scorer in the FA Cup this season, though. That's not bad at all. League Cup, Chelsea beat Brighton after extra time. Mark Ball joint second top goal scorer in that competition. Charity Shield won by Liverpool, beaten Man United. Football League Trophy won by Arsenal under 23. I mean, this competition was annoying because the last 2 seasons were won by Premier League clubs. FA Trophy, Burton beat Yeovil. We'll have a look at the Southern League Cup, why not? Western-super-Mare won that. Hampshire Celia Cup, we didn't do very well in this competition this year. Eastleigh beat Aldershot. Aldershot won 3 of the previous 4, but Eastleigh have managed to win it maybe for the first time. Yeah, they've won it for the first time. I won't look at Champions League or anything like that in this video because I will look at it in the Revelations video. So, League 1 team of the season has been announced, and David Okoro is in goal with Lucas Long and Curry as the centre-back partnership. Wayne Burns on the right-hand side. He's refusing to sign a contract, so don't be surprised if he's not here next season. Bit annoying, really. Mark Ball and Curtis up front, of course. Mark Ball, top goal scorer with Ryan Curtis. And Mark Ball has won Player of the Year. What a legend. What a player this guy is. He truly is sensational. These are all the awards that he's picked up since being at the club. Various bits and pieces. Really has been very, very impressive. And we're gonna hang on to him unless a team really wants him and bids some money for him, of course, because he is contracted until 2030. We might have to offer him a new one for him to be happy playing here in the Championship at Regen Rovers. But if he does want more money, then he deserves it, to be honest. He's been truly remarkable since signing for the club 3 seasons ago. So I think I've covered everything, haven't I? I've not missed anything in this recap, have I? I don't think so. So I think we'll end it there. Thank you for watching this recap of Season 10 of Regen Rovers. Season 11, we will be in the Championship, fighting for our lives, presumably. I can't imagine we're gonna find the Championship easy. That is a huge step up from League One. League One and League Two fairly similar. Up to the Championship, there's a big step. Lots more money being spent on wages, bigger stadiums, ex-Premier League clubs. Oh, it's going to be an exciting adventure, but it could be very, very difficult. But I'm looking forward to the challenge. Until next time, enjoy FM19, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you very soon.